You guys, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Incredible music tonight. I'm loving the band, loving the feel. It feels so good. They
Thanks.
sound good, right, guys? Mark's got it going back there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're going to ask TJ a few questions here. And just, first off, this is not a question we had planned, but you guys are just different. So just explain your dynamic.
We had a lot of conversations of kind of incorporating some type of storytelling or a visual experience with the audio experience. So the song and the visual kind of tied together, and we've experimented a lot with that. And I think when we first started, we would do this almost every week at a coffee shop in Fayetteville at Mama Carmen's, and we were given the opportunity to just show up and paint and for TJ to write music, and it's been a lot of fun. I think I have, as a fine artist or a visual artist, I don't have to focus so much on the how good the art piece is going to be, because it needs to be kind of messy, and it's 1 hour time usually, and kind of just looking at the meaning behind it or the story behind it. And so typically we try to share a little bit afterwards and talk to people, and that's really the important part, is kind of connecting with other people, and that's our way of doing it. So that's kind of the reason that led us to start doing this.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll add that, when you go to a show or hear a song, the interesting thing is you write a song and it's done, but it can keep sort of being its experience, that people can hear it go from, beginning to end and experience that process in a song, and then even in a show. There's, a lot of our songs, there's things that are similar and that relate to each other, and there are deeper things that are sort of in each song in certain ways. And so as a listener, you get to kind of sit there and think about that and wonder about, and even to the extent that you may interpret or hear things that I never thought, but that's fine. But with art, you see the finished product, but you never see the artist, and you never see the process. And that was something that was really meaningful and really cool about bringing this in front of people, is seeing someone who's an artist and who's so gifted at putting an image on a page, but seeing how he paints it, and even trying to be intentional with some things that, like the tape in the eyes, that you would never get to see in the process, but that has a lot of meaning. He paints eyes, and then the eyes go away, and even subtler things. Just watching him, and what does he decide to, what does he decide to work on here or there, and what does all that mean? And so, that's really what's behind it, is bringing people into that experience, the experience of creating, not just of seeing a finished product.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. So, TJ, maybe explain to us that defining moment that made you want to do art or music or express and make a career out of this thing.
I don't know if I could point to a moment. I'm a drummer, actually. That's my first instrument, and I had a really great teacher. I used to live in Austin, Texas when I was a little kid, and I had a great drum teacher. He was really inspiring to me, and he was just really good at teaching, and got me to a point where I loved playing, and it wasn't a chore. And so I feel like I always try to find this guy online, and I never can. So I don't know where he is, but I wish I could find him. But anyways, he really inspired me, and at first it was drums. I'm very introverted, and so being up in front of people is not like something that is super, well, that is natural for me, I guess. But drums were something that I could kind of sit behind, and there was a barrier, and they were really loud, and so I could express myself without having to really say anything, and so I loved it. But anyways, that's kind of where my inspiration started for music, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the most challenging thing about creating original music?
You're just putting yourself out there. You're letting people see something about who you are, and the more honest you're willing to be, the better. At least I found, the more honest you're willing to be, the better your art is. And I think the more real it is for people. I think people can tell when you're trying to create something that's not yours, but that's, has a purpose to sell or to market or whatever. But yeah, allowing yourself to be open, and then kind of these two dynamics work together. You put yourself out there like that, but then you have to like constantly be willing to put yourself out there. And it gets, like some of these songs, I forget they're my songs sometimes because we've been singing them so long, but then there's always moments where I remember like, oh, that's something that happened to me, or that's something that, I remember that moment. I remember writing that song, and I remember why I chose to put those words down on paper, so yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So on a night like tonight, especially, how much does the audience play into your performance, or how you guys feel up there?
It's intimidating. It's actually very intimidating for me. So you guys are awesome. You're all listening, and you're kind of quiet, which we've played a lot of venues where people are talking, and initially it was like, nobody cares, but eventually you get kind of used to it, and some people are listening, some people catch one song, some people catch another one, you get kind of used to that. So that's more of what we've been doing recently, and this was like, oh, everybody's listening to us and looking at us. So yeah, it's intimidating.
Absolutely. So with that, maybe what is the most embarrassing moment, or just a funny story on stage? Something on stage has happened to you that you've done, I don't know, that's just something for us to laugh about.
I try really hard to not let that happen.
Okay.
Again, I'm introverted, and so my goal is to be up here and not do anything to make a fool of myself.
Perfect.
So I plan, the best I can give you is, when I was doing this a lot, I would change my guitar strings once a week, which is a complete waste of money. But out of fear of breaking a string, and I would change the batteries constantly, which again is a complete waste of money. Those strings should last like 3 months, and the batteries should last like 6 months, and I'm changing them every week. But I try really hard not to have those moments. But I mean, I've almost stepped off of stages before. I mean, it happens, stuff like that.
One quick one.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't you want to, pretty much every brushstroke that you put on the canvas is a mess up, and you just turn it into something else. So
you also have the benefit of not having to look at the crowd. So
yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's not knowing what people are looking at or thinking is, you don't see the facial expressions.
That's probably not a benefit.
Yeah. But a couple times I've done pieces of actually putting text on, or script or words on the canvas. And one time I did a piece that had very big "forgive" on the canvas, and I started spelling it out, FOGI. Wait, what? No, where's the R? No, I need the R. So I the G, you can kind of mold it, and so I kind of just rolled with it. You could really, when you're on when you're performing in any way, you kind of have to just roll with it. You're freaking out inside, your hands are shaking, you're like, I'm an idiot, I'm terrible, this is the worst. But it was a little wobbly R, but it worked out. And then afterwards, later on, I kind of cleaned it up. Usually I don't touch the pieces afterwards, but that was one. That's a good kind of, you just got to roll with it. You got to roll with the punches or the missed letters.
Awesome, so good. All right, guys, band, you guys can go ahead and come on up. We're gonna take 30 seconds here. Once again, we've got the cameras rolling for the next 2 songs. You guys will be able to watch these in a few weeks, hopefully, and share what we're doing. My company is Ozark Collective. We're the ones producing it. We've got some incredible sound guys, and of course, Rack Brewing Company. We just want to thank them for hosting this thing. So give it up for them.
So this one's called The Mountain. I want you to picture 2 different people having a conversation, because that's really what's going on in this song. You've got a guy who's a decent guy, generally does the right things, makes good decisions, whatever. He's living a decent life. But then you've got a woman who is, not that. She's promiscuous. She's a stripper. She's a prostitute. Those two people in this song are having a conversation. And they're trying to go somewhere. And I'm intentionally being vague here because I want you to just think about what you hear. But they're trying to go somewhere. And obviously the title of the song is The Mountain. And it's this idea that we're all trying to climb, that we're trying to get to the top in one way or another, whether it's in our jobs or in our best version of ourselves. We all work towards something. So anyways, this one's called The Mountain. She stands up, saying something vulgar. Her makeup, high to hollow veins. The poison she's giving every day, starting to break her. Will she fade? Cry, do you know I hear you? I'm not surprised by the pain. I know a place up high on a mountain where life will come with age. Fit inside my mind, still she tells me silence proves I'm blind. God, I beg you, tell me it's not real. Does the sun still shine? I'm wondering, when you cry, do you know I hear? Not surprised by the pain. I know a place high on a mountain where life will come with age. When you cry, do you know I hear you? I'm not surprised by the pain. I know a place up high on a mountain where life will come with age. So nice to see you here. I can't wait to show you all the people that have prayed for you all of your days. Don't you There's a mountain we're about to climb. It won't be easy at all, but I know the way, and I'm the only one. So take my hand and you won't fall. See the blood on my feet. See, I did this for you. Thanks. Thank you, guys.